This time on Rat and Cat, a rainy day hampers progress and creates new opportunities at the river cabin. Welcome to Rat and Cat, where we search, survive, and explore. I'm Nikia. And I'm out here working on the river cabin, trying to get it ready and to live in. And it is, I've had a lot of frustrating delays today. I had to work on some other stuff this morning, and I asked some people to help me out, some family to help me out. And a couple days ago, and they said that sure, they'd help me today, but then it turns out they had an appointment this afternoon, so they had to leave. Plus that it was raining, so they couldn't really work on the roof after all, which would have been an all-afternoon project at least. It's supposed to rain here for 2 or 3 hours and then stop. I was able to pick up some roofing and felt and new screws and a ladder to actually get up there, and that's really good news for me. But now I'm kind of stuck, and I've got some family coming out here to look at the cabin, which I'm happy to see. But I was going to go pick up a stump grinder to grind some of the stumps that I need to get out of the way for the French drain, but now that's an impossibility. But things happen, so I can start cleaning up some stuff on the inside of the cabin. I was going to work on this a little bit. I told you I had some problems with bats coming in, and they're leaving their manure right here on the front porch on this outside area. And somebody suggested it was mouse. It's not, because it's really in an isolated area at either end of the cabin where they're getting up there. And I climbed up this ladder, and some of you suggested that I lash a couple ladders together rather than getting this $300 28-foot ladder, which I like the idea of saving money. And I looked on Craigslist and was looking around for a used one, and it was a drive to find the only one that was around, and it was old. And anyhow, the reason I'm not lashing it together and ended up getting this one is because I need to use it up here, not just on the outside of the roof, but in these eaves. And I have to be able to go up and down, and to lash a ladder together is just going to be a real pain. So that's why I did that. But anyhow, I'll have to take you up there. I'll have to, I don't know, try to strap on a GoPro or something. It doesn't look that far up, but when you're up there, it feels pretty high. And I don't want to just be up there by myself on this ladder. Yeah, but I can tell a bird has been pecking up there at the beams. A woodpecker or something. They're sitting on top of that. There's a little beam up at the top, and it's been picking at the other. These guys here's these laminated beams, and yeah, so I've got to stop that. But I learned that the bats aren't coming in on that section. They're somewhere out here where they're finding a hole up on the end. So I'm going to stop those bats. I might just try some netting. I'm going to put some netting or something up there so a bird can't land up there, or wood, and peck anymore. And yeah, so another project. Lots of stuff. But I've got an old tent. Not an old tent. We set up the tent so that we could camp here in the cabin and just have our stuff set up here so we can come in and out whenever we want to sleep, and have a clean area to sleep in with all the construction going on. But I need to work up there, so I'm going to take that down for now and try to clean up before the family gets here. I'm bad enough at keeping my tools all organized, but my kids have been coming out here while I've been working and playing with my tools, and that's made this place even worse. I've cleaned it up quite a bit, but I still have a ton of work to do here. I'm here in the bathroom. This is the area that's leaking. You can see that some garbage has been coming down there in the roof, and it's just gotten wet and started to get some mold or rot. Actually, it's really, anyhow, that's really an unusual style for, a lot of people would say this was built wrong because you have these going across horizontally. I don't know what you'd even call these stringers, or I don't know. Anyhow, normally you put the sheeting right against here so that, and it makes it stronger. It ties the house together better, and it's less space. Maybe they did that so there would be more space for insulation. I'm not sure, but it's actually beneficial in a way because it was holding it out away from the wall and the other beams, and it could have actually rotted a little bit worse if it would have been tight against the other beams of the house. So in that way it was good. But the plywood here, how it's put on, it's offset, and so we're gonna have to take out. Actually, I don't have to start here, but it's down here. Anyhow, it's nearly a third of the roofing on this side, the sheet metal, in order to remove those pieces of sheeting underneath it that are bad. So I'm getting depressed talking about that. I think oh well, it'll happen. Just do one step at a time.